Welcome to Dicta, your weekly dose of law school and bar exam info. I'm Carrie Ann.
And I'm Puyan, and we're the co-founders of Vinco.
And today we're going to be telling you about the do's and don'ts of the day before the bar exam. I was really nervous about saying that. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that out okay. So what did you do the day before the bar exam?
What did I do?
Let's
see. I bought breakfast.
Okay.
And then
Good start.
I went for a jog, which I don't normally do. I actually bought jogging shoes just for the bar exam because I thought like maybe I'll get into some healthy habits. But the only time I actually used them was maybe once in the beginning and the day before the bar exam. And then I bought lunch. And then I went to the gym, which I also don't do. And then I watched a bunch of shows that I had on my computer. And then I bought dinner. And then I just basically relaxed in my bed, took a bunch of melatonin and fell asleep. Probably woke up a couple hours later, panicked, went back to sleep, and that was my night. I spent about $100 on meals that I bought. Because
it was your last supper?
Yeah, it was the last hurrah before execution.
Oh man, so that's a lot of what not to do the day before the bar.
Yeah, don't do that.
Physically exert yourself if that's something you're not used to doing.
Well, I wanted to make sure I could sleep, and
that's fair.
For me, physical activity helps me sleep.
That's fair, but I would have probably just been sore all day the next day.
I was.
And miserable, so that would not have been good for me.
I was extremely sore for like a week.
My day was way less eventful than yours. I feel like I slept in. My friend was staying with me because we were studying together, and we got our nails done and got massages. And that's more my speed for relaxation.
I don't like massages.
I'm refraining. What else did we do? I think we did eat a lot of food also. I think that's like a standard.
Yeah, food is a part of the process.
Yeah, the calories don't count the day before the bar. So, yeah, we probably ate a lot of food and just hung out and avoided anything that was going to stress us out. I think that's going to be the overarching theme of our message here is just you want to avoid anything that's going to make you feel worse. So,
yeah.
The number one thing not to do is what?
Study.
Do not study the day before the bar exam.
Don't even have your books nearby. Put them far away. I put them in the trunk of my car, and I park my car on the street. So, there would have been a lot of affirmative steps I would have needed to take to get
to access
to my
the
books.
material. Yeah. You are not going to learn anything, and anytime you do something and get a question wrong, all you're doing is sabotaging yourself.
Right. There's just so much material that if you try to learn stuff the day before, first off, you're just going to be focusing on that material during the day before the bar exam, but more importantly, you're increasing your stress to the point where maybe you would have gotten one additional point, best case scenario. And in exchange, you'll probably get less sleep and you'll probably be more panicked, and it's just not worth it. So that's the one thing I did right.
Congratulations. No, I completely agree with that, though. Absolutely no studying the day before the bar exam. What else would you not do the day? You just had a bunch of good ideas.
Right. So
I don't remember any of them.
I would not talk to anybody who's studying. I personally didn't want to talk to anyone, period, because I thought everyone was freaking out. And I just didn't want to be brought down by their negativity. And there's a lot of that going on.
That's really true. I didn't Lindsay and I lived together all through bar exam. We studied together, so we very much were on the same page with our stress management methods and all of that. But I didn't reach out beyond that and really talk to anyone else at all.
Yeah, I studied alone. And the big part of that is because I saw people just really stressed out. And, if you treat it like a full-time job and you do all the work, the stress doesn't have, you should be stressed, but it shouldn't be to the point where people think they're having a heart attack, which happens. People at law libraries during bar prep, you see ambulances show up because people are just having panic attacks.
You want to try to take your stress level down a couple of notches the day before the bar because that adrenaline's going to kick in on game day, and you don't want it to push you over the edge into complete panic. So you need to try to take your stress level down the day before because it is going to amp up the next day, no
Right.
matter how in control you are.
Exactly. You don't want the stress to turn into distress, which is right,
That's the term for it.
what do you want to do?
Well, you do want to do something that feels fun after, 8 weeks of no fun whatsoever. So I liked your Netflix marathon or whatever it is you were watching.
Right.
I definitely had some TV in there. I personally took a little pleasure in organizing all of my stuff to bring with me the next day. I'm like the checklist queen, so it made me feel good and secure to make my list of what I needed, to gather it all together, to see it there on the pile on the table. I know you were saying earlier that you thought that would even make you anxious and to do that beforehand.
Yeah.
So kind of know yourself when it comes to that.
Yeah.
That could be more person specific.
Right. So 2 days before the bar exam, I had like my pile of stuff that I was going to bring. I had like my gallon Ziploc bag with all my items and food and everything for the day. And I just didn't want to think about anything related to the bar exam the day before. I just wanted to like clear my mind and kind of be a normal person again for one day. And, you know, not to freak anyone out or anything, but it turns out I forgot my laptop charger.
I was going to say, maybe my method was a little better because I showed up with everything I needed,
Yeah.
but I also I handwrote the bar, so I didn't have to remember my laptop and charger. So all things were not equal there. But even if you're going to do that, say 2 days before, I would encourage you to check, like have a list and double check it the morning
That's
of.
what I would have done differently. I would have been preparing a checklist about a week before at least.
Yeah, and I have actually provided a checklist in the Facebook group before, so you guys can check that out over there. It includes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is my favorite go-to testing meal. But I think one important thing to do the day before the bar exam, and maybe we'll leave you on this note, is be proud of yourself for getting through bar review. That's an accomplishment outside of whether you pass or fail the bar exam.
Absolutely.
You put your heart, soul, time, effort, sanity into this experience, and you made it to the finish line of being able to take the test, and you should feel proud of that. So take that day before to acknowledge and celebrate the hard work you did, and that will maybe help you attach a little tiny fraction of a bit less significance to the outcome of the test.
I agree with that.
Well, let's hurry up and wrap this up before he changes his mind about agreeing with me on something. So if you have any questions, you can reach me at carrieann@vincoprep.com, or you can find us in our Facebook group.